Welcome back, everyone, for another round of Minecraft Modded. With everything else I've done, there is still one farm that I am missing, and that is a rabbit farm. Not so much for the raw rabbit itself or the rabbit hide, because, hey, yo, I got leather already. It's for the rabbit feet, because that is a good ingredient for potions. And while there are plenty of designs out there, there's a design that can make thousands of rabbit feet per hour. Those take a lot of resources, a lot of time set up. I'm going with something a little bit simpler, and I'm basically going to do a variation off of my cow farm. Now, this is a crusher farm, but I'm not going to be doing that for the rabbits. While you can make the rabbit farm a crusher farm, you can make it a cooker farm. The end result that I am going to focus on is, well, one, using it around just them dying from overcrowding, but also using a sword specifically to kill them. And that is because the sword has looting 2 on it. Yes, looting 3 would be much better, but hey, you work with what you got. Right now, I just got looting 2, but that's going to help improve the drop rate of getting rabbit feet as a result of killing the rabbits. But first, let me clear out all of this. And coincidentally, this lined up just perfect right here as the edge for the front of everything else. So I'm going to make this the outer edge, and with the design being similar, it takes a space inside of 5 blocks. So outer wall, inside 5 blocks, outer wall. It's going to fit just perfectly. So I finished up my nice little lit up walkway through this area, and it nicely lined up with the door there and the door for this one, where the door is going to be on this one. So instead of doing the rest of the birch planks in the front for now, I'm going to leave it open until I'm finished. That way it's a little bit easier, hopefully, to see how some of this is set up. Now, one catch for this is you will want a grass block on this. And since I have failed at being able to get something with silk touch, or primarily a shovel with silk touch, I'm going to have to let the grass grow for a minute. So one key difference between the cow farm and the rabbit farm is, of course, accounting for keeping the adult rabbits up top and letting the baby rabbits drop down. Now, I have a lot of cows, or I had a lot of cows before I built the cow farm, but I don't have a lot of rabbits. And even if you're using the mob capture device mod, you may not want to have to go out there and find that many rabbits to get the starter rabbits, the adults, going up top. So what we're going to use for that, and this works, of course, if you're not using mods, is we place a piston here. It's regular piston, and what it's going to do is going to push all 3 of these blocks into place. So that's going to be there to keep the adult rabbits up top, but allow the baby rabbits to fall down. And the reason we're doing it with a piston is so that, one, this can sit there while you're getting all the rabbits produced that you need for your seed rabbits. So you can go to the point that they start dying from overcrowding. You can go to you have a certain number. It's up to you. But that way, the babies, when you're trying to get your seed rabbits built up, they won't fall through. And instead of just taking the block out and trying to replace it quick enough, which you know is not going to work, we're going to use the piston to push everything into place. And for that, all you really have to do is place like the button on it, and it will push everything into position like you want. Oh, hey, thought I heard you sneaking up on me, buddy. What? Yeah, you don't have anything good. So back to what I was saying. Bam, like that. The button pops off. We take the piston out. You're done. That's all you have to do. But you do need to prepare to have a block that can be moved. So basically, you're going to build this one piece shifted to the side so it can be pushed in to position later. Again, this is just to get your seed rabbits going. Unless you have a lot of adult rabbits laying around that you want to lead with a carrot, or use the mob catcher mod to do it, this is going to be the better option. And so, of course, then you're going to need a dispenser with a water bucket in it that is going to go above the block where we have, of course, the spot that's going to move. So when this moves over, we'll have the fence post there, and that way we need, this is where the rabbits are going to sit. So we still need a way to push the adults up, just like in the cow farm. And conveniently, we do have a button that we can put there, but if you really want to save resources, you don't want to have to make an extra button. What you could do is wait and just use the button from the piston once you're done with it, and it really should just be a case of putting it right on top of that block right there in that little spot, and that way you'll have that. And then of course we're going to have a side, and since I've got this in the way, that's going to come out. It's either going to be the same as on this one where I climb up that side or climb up this side. One side or the other, you can set a ladder on it to climb up and allow you to get up top to push the button once everything's in place. Okay, seriously, guy, you've got to get out of here. I'm sorry, but, yeah. Oh, I can't pick him up. I can take your llama, though. I'm taking that. How about that? You don't like that, do you? Stealing your llamas, because you won't get out of my way. You know, I've heard sayings about watching grass grow, but this was really slow. It finally reached all the way, but this was way slower than even the grass I had to grow to reach in for the sheep farm. Granted, that was a larger area and all of it, connected, but it did take a little while for it to even get started. This that was slow. But anyway, we've got it done. So I'm going to pop a couple of blocks here. We're going to leave a space open there where that torch is, because remember, this is going to shift over once we have everything in place. I'm going to go ahead and do these, and that way, I'll probably end up just doing the whole thing, but I'm gonna leave it for now so we can see everything shift. And so again, what we're doing here is there's no gap, but if I go bam, I have a tiny gap there with which to hit the rabbit. So just going like that, I'll be able to hit the rabbits. And you can always add like a sticky piston kind of thing there for a crusher mechanism where it pushes that block in to crush them. But the idea being that with this case, I'm going to be using a sword with looting so I can get better drops aimed more at, of course, the rabbit feet. So I'm just going to do like on the other one, throw a ladder here so I can climb up. And that's going to then be, I'll have a spot here. Actually, on the other one, I've got where I dug that out and I just walked in. So that way I could put the button here and it will work. That's the way it worked on the cow farm. But you can also put it right here if you want. It's just whichever way you prefer. So yeah, I've got a ladder going up. I'll go ahead and put that here just because it should be fine. I can hear my trader that I finally trapped up there. He's using his potion. But I also took the opportunity while waiting on the grass to grow to start breeding some rabbits. Also went and collected some more rabbits using the mob capture device. So I have got some rabbits ready to go. He was kind of stuck there. Okay, I'm not sure how that's happened, but yeah, all right. I've got to be where I can actually see the block I'm targeting, because if I target the side block, it's going to spawn the rabbit in that block and ultimately kill it. All right, so now I'm ready to move the block over. You want to go until you have enough rabbits in there that they start trampling each other to get the maximum amount. And that means once that's done, we don't need to have the button up here. I need to do this. And of course, it all depends on how you want to do it. You can either go and breed them with carrots. You can go and collect more, luring them in with carrots using the mob capture like I did. But basically, you want to be where they are dropping dead because there's too many of them. And once you have that happening, all we have to do is now go here. We're going to pop that in place. And now, babies. Well, not all. Some of the younger ones, some of them fell through. You see, some of them did not. So we have a few there. I guess I had too many that it didn't work quite as fast as it should have. That's kind of the point of using the button, is to get away from having that little bit of a switch over. But apparently it didn't work this time. I might have a little bit too much lag going at the moment. Allow me to place them back down. Oh, that one fell through as well. Yep, okay, so it's a certain amount that will fit on top of that. I have them in there. Anything over that is falling down into the lower section. So that's fine. That's exactly what we want. And then that bumps up. Bam, I've got a bunch of rabbits in there. So now the babies will fall down. And what we do is, of course, we go grab our looting sword. Again, the point of this is to get better loot results. And see, we still have the rabbits up there. So everything's fine. Those are babies. So there we have it. Samwise Gamgee's rabbit farm. It just made me think of, you know, that scene in Lord of the Rings where Gollum got so mad he cooked them. So in this case, they're not cooked. So now it's just a matter of allowing the babies to grow up. I'm not going to kill them every round because, I mean, it's just be easier to go ahead and feed the adults, get some babies, let those babies grow up, feed the babies as well some more carrots because I'm producing so many, and just keep making more babies in the lower area, and then at some point just say, that's it, that's enough, I'm gonna come in. And wow, they take a lot in order to grow up. That's a waste. Yeah, maybe not so much of that being done, but I can still come up here and do this. It's surprising how few it actually allowed me to keep in there, in that block, once I switched to this, knowing that a lot of them were already adults. Alright, so that's it for this episode of Minecraft Modded. Hopefully this helped you out if you need a rabbit farm design for your own game. And if you liked the video, hit that like button. You can also leave a comment below if you have any suggestions on it, or if you just want to ask a question about it, I'll try to answer it. And hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.